Hello and welcome to Fresh Start Week 6. I don't think anything crazy happened this week, but a very solid week of training. We had Zercher squat 5s at 80 kilos, again feeling very, very easy. I'm going to mix up the training a little bit next week in terms of just moving things around to make it a little bit more optimal for myself, but the exercises are going to stay the same basically. We are going to push the Zercher squats to the Tuesday and just make space for some extra weightlifting. We also then did deadlifts at 220, and these were moving very easily, so I was very happy with this. This is very nice and very, very easy. So the 300 might come a bit sooner than I think. Obviously I'm not sure yet when, but it might be a bit sooner than I think. It was the end of year goal, but I think it's going to happen a lot before that. This is some weighted dumbbell shoulder external rotations, 12.5 kilos. Very, very useful drill actually, I think, for me. Isometric holds at this extreme range. Just basically working on something that is way outside the range that you're going to get in weightlifting, just to kind of keep you safe and prepared for those end ranges. Reverse jumps. We did some rotating squatty jumps. Again, kind of trying to get into positions that are a bit awkward, so that when I do weightlifting, I'm more prepared. Drop jerk dips 140. Trying to dip as fast as I can so the bar whips on me and I've got a brace. Paired these with drop jumps, which I think is going to be very useful actually. And then we did some RDLs. This was New Year's Day, I think. So the gym was empty, obviously. The gym was closed. I have the keys, so I went in. Took the shirt off. 180. This was sets of 8 again. I've done that sets of 8 at 80 for like 10 or so weeks now. This again felt even easier. So I think we're up to about an RPE 6 now, I reckon. So I'm still not going to bump up the weight. I might get to a point where I bump up the reps a little bit. Wide stance, rotating Jefferson curls. Just dicked around and found these out basically. Very, very nice, I think. With the hips, with the feet pointing relatively forward, you get some really nice internal rotation on the leg that you're bending down towards. So for example, in this bit, my left leg. Obviously the lower back stretch is very nice as well. And then before this, I did a 20-minute clean and jerk EMOM at 110. This is all the cleans, as you can see, all very similar looking, which is I'm happy about. This is very promising. Getting a little bit more vertical in the extension as well. This felt significantly easier than when I did it pre-Christmas, mainly in terms of just the lifts were always pretty easy because it's just 110, but wasn't as gassy. Felt much more doable. Not much to say about these really, just trying to build up some volume at the lower weights again. Delaying pulling the trigger for a long time. I just want to be healthy, man. I just want to lift. And then we've got the jerks. 20 jerks coming up. As you can see, that back leg is actually starting to move a little bit more now. So I'm starting to move that back leg back a little bit more it's not about the hip being confident. I'm very, very confident in the hip now. It's purely just a movement skill, I think, at this point. I'm very confident in the lunge position now, even with that hip issue. We're now past the rehab time that the surgeon said that was like the longest. Their kind of maximum recovery time was going to take about a year, so we're already past that, and obviously we recovered well before that. But these are looking quite nice technically as well. I don't think they were too rushed on the jerk. They looked a little bit better. Friday, Mem's new gym. Very excited about it. Much better location for us and a much bigger space for him. Some back bends. And with the plates elevated, and then some back bends. without the plate. Tried to push up into more range, but that thoracic's actually looking pretty strong. The curve is quite nice. The shoulders are opening up as well. And then the day after, on Saturday, I went and trained there with Mem, so I did triples on snatch at 90. As you can see, these are actually looking a lot better than the ones I did in my garden. Arms are staying a lot straighter, and the extension is a lot more powerful. So I am very happy with this. Got to train alongside my man James, which was always nice. And then on the last set, Mem told me to pause in the catch, so some of these are pretty much exactly the same, just with a pause in the catch. Very happy with these, actually. Looks a lot more stable. And then we did some power clean and split jerk doubles, again at 110. And the back leg is actually moving quite a lot in these, so these look a lot freer overhead. I'm very happy with these, actually, now that I come to think of it. It's only light, obviously, but technique-wise, I'm really happy with it. It's kind of that's how I envisaged me lifting. And then afterwards, did some cardio. We did EMOMs, alternating EMOMs, 20 odd minutes, 10 calorie ski, which I can definitely bump up because it takes 30 seconds at a very, very easy pace, but I can bump it up to probably 15 or so. And still easily get it within the minute. I'm not sure to make it too high intensity, but yeah, it was very doable.
Halfway there.
With lateral box step overs. Pretty good for me with my hip shift. It's quite nice to actually kind of train in that position. Yeah, this is one of the rehab drills I had in the past. And then we also had seesaw presses. I'm gonna have to start doing some more seesaw work, just because my shoulders are looking a little bit imbalanced at the moment. I don't mean in terms of aesthetics, but I mean when I film like an overhead press from behind, I can really see the difference in how it's moving. So I need to work on that. Otherwise, that's another good week of training done. Next week I'm going to mix it up a little bit in terms of structure. Exercises will pretty much be the same. And here's to another good week.